Go ahead to a mini series called Roots. This played in 1977, 8 nights in a row, 12 straight hours, and broke all ratings records that were being held at the time. How did it change the rules? It essentially establishes the viability of the limited series. The idea that you could actually tell a story that has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and then stop it. Which, of course, is not the way television normally works. Television is done by series, which are efficient, they're habit forming, they're easy to promote. You get people who like stars, keep watching them. You use the same sets over and over. The miniseries, while it was played a lot in the United Kingdom, was not something that was part of the economies of early television. Roots wasn't the first. There was a show called QB7 that played 2 parts in the early 70s, 1974. That same year saw Rich Man, Poor Man, a 12-part series, both on ABC. So we'd seen these before, but Roots was the first one to have these massive ratings, and it really establishes the future of the miniseries, which dominated a good portion of the end of the 70s into the 1980s. The idea of adapting best-selling novels, which was how we got into this. A best-selling novel sold millions of copies. You had a guaranteed audience, and all of these miniseries that played during this period were based on novels. You couldn't really make a series out of a novel because it ended, and hence we got these limited series. Roots was based on Alex Haley's novel by the same title, which was lightly based on his own ancestry, which he had traced back to 18th century West Africa. It was the first real blockbuster miniseries, 130 million viewers total across the 8 nights, an average of 80 million each night that it played, which was the largest viewership ever at the time for any television episode. MASH would later, in its final episode, break that, and Dallas, which we'll get to in a second, would break that record at a number of Super Bowls as well. The cast was huge and breathtaking, many characters over several centuries, from Maya Angelou to O.J. Simpson and lots of people in between. As I said before, its fabulous success bred all kinds of other miniseries, Winds of War, Shogun, The Thornbirds, lots of others. The limited series was important for Americans to do. It's good to occasionally be able to tell a story that has the old Aristotelian beginning, middle, and end. And American TV, as I said, was not good at that. If you had a successful story that you told, you wanted to stretch it on year after year, get more and more episodes, more valuable in reruns, and all of that. If Beethoven had written the Fifth Symphony for television, back in the 1970s, they would have listened to it. They would have said, "Oh, that's wonderful. Can you give us another movement?" Which, of course, would have ruined the symphony. But there is a sense that stretching these things out was important. Even today, by the way, limited series that get really good ratings tend to be stretched sometime beyond their source material. Game of Thrones was based on a bunch of novels. When they ran out of novels, they kept going.